Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So, if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe. So, let's get into today's video. Season 10 has dropped and today we are going to start off with a fun video. So these are going to be my first 5 battles and we're going to use 15 unique Pokemon. So basically we're going to use 3 completely random teams where you're not going to see the same Pokemon twice. So unlike usual where you see the IVs and the movesets on the left, this is a bit of a longer intro where you're going to see all the IVs and the movesets. So if you like any of these Pokemon and you'd like to see more battles featuring them, post that in the comment section down below. And I'm also going to have a timestamp on the left, as you can see, where you can obviously skip this part and get straight into the battles. So Season 10's move update was a little bit disappointing. There isn't really too much relevant stuff for the Shadow player like myself. A few things can get Rock Tomb, such as Sand Slash, which I did try out, didn't go particularly well. I'm going to try it again. Other than that, you got stuff like Aggron, but the issue is with Rock Tomb, it's so expensive. I can't really ever see why I'd choose that over Stone Edge. However, goals for Season 10. We're obviously going to look to keep putting out more and more unique Triple Shadow content. I'm going to keep doing the tips and tricks video. If you look at my community tab today, I have posted a lot of really helpful tips that are going to help you reach your goals. Stuff like fast move counting. And I'm going to try and do more of these tips and tricks videos to try and help a lot more players reach Legend in the coming season. I've also recently started shoutcasting battles and I've had so much fun doing it. So if you're running a Triple Shadow team and you'd like to be featured on the channel, the link will be in the description down below. And the next video after this is going to feature a rank 1 Shadow Sableye. So we're not only running spicy stuff, we are going to try and use some meta stuff that will help you climb and reach your goals. So let's get into this first battle. Looks like we're running a triple Kanto team of Machamp, Snorlax and Hypno. Rank 1 is always the absolute Wild West, so let's see what we get in game 1. We usually see a lot of random Pokemon, often on the wrong moveset. We pick up a Venomoth. Venomoth double resist counter due to its bug and poison typing, so we immediately switch out into Snorlax. I imagine this is just going to be a Poison Fang, so I am going to let it go. They have debuffed our defense and they now come in with a Samurott. You can see these waterfalls are doing absolute massive damage. I am going to try and get off at least 2 moves. This first body slam does get a shield and we just about make it to the next body slam. I chose to go body slam, not superpower, because I imagine we may as well get a bit more lick damage and they've shielded anyway. They are going to be able to commit to the waterfall down and we are now going to be able to come in with Machamp and completely counter down. With that in mind, we'll have the Rock Slide ready for the Venomoth should it choose to return. They go for a Razor Shell, which I believe can have a chance to debuff your attack. They don't get a debuff. We sneak a counter in, so now we are going to double shield this. And we're going to have a really healthy Machamp that can potentially one-shot that Venomoth that we saw in the start. I can see the bug poison typing come in, so I go straight for the Rock Slide. Unfortunately, this Machamp doesn't have Stone Edge. I would like to Elite TM it, maybe that's something I'm going to look into. And in the back, they have an Abomasnow, so I could have stayed in with Machamp, but out of habit, I have instantly swapped into Hypno, and Hypno should be in a pretty good position to close out this game. We get the confusion through. Even if they go Energy Ball, this shall not take us out, and that confusion that you saw go through should be enough to take that game. It actually isn't. They get 1 more Powder Snow, and 1 counter does clutch out game 1, so GG's to that opponent. So we managed to go 1-0. We didn't really see anything particularly too spicy. And now in game 2, we're using a Probopass, Skunk Tank and Blossom line. So let's see what we pick up in match number 2. We pick up a lead against Gallade. This is pretty terrible as Gallade has a fairly good matchup against everything. They are resisting our rock throws. However, they're not even on confusion. I'm struggling to think of what this is, perhaps low kick or something a bit random. Obviously, I don't want to switch out into the Skunk Tank because we would have to respect the close combat. And the same as Blossom, we wouldn't want to take close combat on anyone, so I'm just going to shield up. Imagining the opponent is going to shield as well because in the early ranks everyone shields. I try and get to the next move. Unfortunately, we're unable to do so, but this is fine. I can now come in and Bullet Seed down. I am going to have to shield this up as I've already shown close combat. It's potentially single moved. We shield the close combat up and I do manage to commit to the Bullet Seed down. Blossom with energy is pretty deadly. However, unfortunately, they still have a shield, so we've managed to put ourselves in a rough spot. I attempt to catch the Frenzy Plant on Skunk Tank, but as they're on the wrong moveset, they probably ain't even got Frenzy Plant. We get hit with a Solar Beam, which resisted near one-shots, which is absolutely crazy. We go for this crunch. I imagine the opponent will shield because they pretty much shield everything. And now we are in a bit of a rough spot. So in game 2, we could potentially be taking our first loss. We did bank the Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is only single resisted, so we're going to go for that rather than a double resisted Leaf Blade. We managed to take him out, and in the back is a Frost Breath Lapras. This is pretty terrible as these Frost Breath absolutely shred us. However, it generates energy so slowly. We get to the Leaf Blade. First one gets them really low, and Blossom manages to clutch out game 2. You can see that just the Frost Breath damage has almost taken out all of our HP, but Blossom does clutch out that game. So not the best team comp from me. However, we did manage to win. Moving on into this next battle, we're going to be leading with a Shadow Marwile with Celio and our good buddy Shadow Venusaur. Big fan of Shadow Venusaur on the channel. Let's see if he gets any action. We pick up our absolutely brilliant lead against Sceptile. They switch out into Ampharos. I should have switched to Venusaur. However, I did want to try an Ampharos sweep. However, these Volt Switches are doing far too much damage. So I now switch out into Venusaur. They're building up a lot of energy. So this is going to be just one before they get to their Focus Blast. So we try and get them to let this go. They do shield it up. They're now at the Focus Blast. Focus Blast will near one shot despite it being resisted. So I am going to shield this up and commit to the farm down. We do farm down. Now we've got a Sludge Bomb ready for the Sceptile. We should have thrown one more Vine Whip and we wouldn't have given away 2 free turns. However, we play like a noob. The Sceptile is now at the Earthquake. If they've got Earthquake, this will one-shot us and it will empty their energy. They actually go for the Dragon Claw, which definitely isn't the place. They must have Leaf Blade, Dragon Claw, so Venusaur is going to have to Sludge Bomb Sceptile. There goes Sceptile. Let's see what they've got in the back. In the back is a Hitmontop. So once again, we find ourselves in a really tricky situation. Because obviously we don't want Celio to take these counters. However, both Hitmontop's moves are expensive, Close Combat and Stone Edge. So our Marwile with the load energy manages to go for the Play Rough and we take that game. So let's see how this next battle goes. In this next battle, we've got a team of Skarmory, Swampert and Drapion. It is the team I have reached legend within the previous 2 seasons, and I'm sure a lot of you follow FP Sticks. He's actually posted this team, which I do find quite amusing. Because when I first started using Shadow Drapion, ranked at 170th, everyone thought it was dreadful. Now the massive content creators are on the hype, and it just makes me laugh a bit. So we pick up a lead against the Houndoom. They go for a crunch, so I imagine they're probably going to go for another crunch. So I switch out, catch it onto my Drapion, and they bring in a Charmer. I go for the Aqua Tail, expecting them to shield, like a lot of people do shield in the early ranks. I go for the Sludge Bomb, and unfortunately, I get charmed down. So I managed to go down with a lot of HP. Not a lot of HP, sorry, a lot of energy. I did have the Aqua Tail loaded. However, I'm going to come back in with Skarmory, which also had loaded energy. This Sky Attack will put them into farm down range. I'm looking to commit to the farm down without taking a move, which we do successfully. We've now got another Sky Attack locked and loaded. They bring in a Gyarados. Gyarados is a bit of a problem because obviously Swampert really doesn't want to see it. Sky Attack gets the shield. I really want to get to this next Sky Attack. We unfortunately don't. So once again, we are in a rough spot. These waterfalls are doing huge damage. I try and throw in the middle of the animation. You can see the waterfall hit me, so there's no sack swap available. This Sludge Wave will take out the Gyarados, and we're going to be able to outpace this Houndoom and take that game. So as you notice there, it is at 1.5 speed. I did stop tapping momentarily. I saw the fast move animation from the Gyarados and I threw the Sludge Wave. This is key because that means they cannot switch out. Moving on into the next battle, we've got a Abomasnow, Shadow Gliscor, and in the back we have got another channel favourite, Shadow Blastoise. Let's see how the 5th and final battle of the set goes. I don't know why, for some reason we are queuing in these early ranks. I'm guessing there is some kind of hidden ELO. You can see we error out, and let's see if we manage to get a match this time. Normally the best part of the season is the no queue times, but for some reason I did manage to get a lot of lag and a lot of queue times. You love to see it. So once again we pick up a dreadful lead. Shadow Abomasnow into Toxicroak is awful. We switch out into the Shadow Blastoise and they meet us with a Skarmory. So in this matchup you want to time your 1-turn water guns to enable no free air slashes, which we do there. They let the Hydro Cannon through. They're at 7 now, so they could try and Brave Bird or Sky Attack. Either way, I'm going to commit a shield. They actually go straight Brave Bird, which is great for us because now we are going to be able to water gun down. We successfully water gun down, and you can see we've got around a third of health. Toxicroak is really attack weighted. We managed to deny a counter, which is absolutely huge. The first Hydro Cannon will definitely get the shield. The fact we denied the counter, you can see on a couple of HP. Shadow Blastoise, which has got dreadful IVs, I think it's like a 10-8-7 or something, manages to get both shields. Blastoise putting in loads of work. We've now flipped that really poor opening matchup and we bring in Gliscor. My Gliscor does run Fury Cutter. I know a lot of other people run Wing Attack. However, I really like the 1-turn move and the extra energy generation. We did tank the Sludge Bomb, and in the back is a Rainy Castform. So Shadow Abomasnow in the opening matchup had a really rough match. Flipping switch was huge because Abomasnow does resist both Weatherball Water and Thunder. I farm up to 1 Powder Snow short of the Weatherball. Energy Ball comes through, takes out Castform. As they come in, we fire off the 1 Powder Snow, and Shadow Abomasnow clutches out game number 5 and clutches out the set. So those were my first battles of Season 10. We did use 15 unique Shadow Pokemon. Some of the teams were pretty good, some of the teams were pretty dreadful. However, all the Pokemon are really good in the right team comp. So if you liked any of them Pokemon and you would like to see more of them, post it in the comment section down below and I will see you all in the next one.